Yeah, thanks for coming. Obviously, we're addicted to overtime when it comes to playing in Charleston, so we hope that stops next week when we get to the ESPN tournament. But we're really thankful for the field of 68. Even though this was incredibly difficult on our guys to play those two games in back-to-back days, it'll be something that's positive for us in the long run. I want to thank the field of 68 and Jeff and Rob for the event, and it's pretty special to get this level of game early on and to not avoid it, but to go through it. I just want to compliment Coach McKay. He's a brother in Christ and a friend of mine. They're going to have a great season, and it was a heck of a game today. So any questions you have?
Robbie, go ahead.
Yeah, Coach, it seemed like Liberty early on especially was limiting three-point opportunities, and you guys figured that out kind of towards the end of the first half there. But what was Liberty doing defensively to kind of limit you guys on the perimeter, and then how did you guys go about overcoming that?
Well, I think at the end of the day, if you look at our stats, if you let us make threes, we're going to get to 90 or 100. And they liked holding their opponents to under 65 points. I think that's true in all three games this year so far. So they wanted to force us to make tough twos. And if you look at down the stretch, we went to three things: a wide pin down that Ken and Matas and some ATOs like that. We went to a ball screen that I thought executed really well out of the timeout where Leland hit Matas on a roll. And then we went to KG from two. And I just want to really applaud Caleb Glenn because he's a kid that transferred from Louisville, a young guy, top 50 kid out of high school, played at a great high school. And his high school coach called me and told me what a special person he was, and he's been everything and more. And he had 27 yesterday, I believe, and he was rough and his legs were tired. But at the end of the game, he really stepped up. And so them taking away the three really gave Caleb a chance to shine. And I thought his back downs down the stretch were one of the big difference makers. So we prefer to shoot more threes, but to have KG today kind of close from two, we were thankful for that.
Megan? So Caleb, last night, like Jakus just said, you had 27 points, and then tonight you played excellent as well. What do you feel like you learned about your performance throughout this field of 68, as well as just the team as a whole, and how you guys can kind of come together in these tough, close games?
For me, it's just getting my points in the flow of the game, not trying to force anything, and just making sure my teammates trust me with the ball, and also I do the same with them. So I think going forward, we got to do double overtime games. I think we're going to build off that and learn how to close it out in regulation.
Robbie?
How confident did that stretch there in the second half where it was, I think both sides hadn't hit a bucket in about 2 minutes and 30 seconds, but then Caleb hits that fadeaway triple, and you guys still hold them scoreless for a couple more minutes. Did that make you feel any confident with some of the previous defensive struggles coming into it?
Yeah, I think we got to be level-headed about that just because we played Indiana State in a neutral, and I think we held them under 0.8 points per possession. Today we were in a neutral, and our defense was really good. We struggled in two almost sold-out road games, and I think the guys are going to have to learn, especially when our plans start so well in the beginning, when they go to their second and third options, how to guard and get through those moments in a loud gym. And that's part of growing up. So certainly our two road games, we weren't great at the defense. The two neutrals, we got better. But I think at one point we had 8, 9, 10 stops in a row. And to do that after double overtime last night and no legs, for a team that's been relying on its offense, I was really proud of the fact that they dug in and could count on getting some stops.
Richard?
Hey guys, congrats on the win. Coach, after last night of handling fatigue after a double overtime game and refining the mistakes on defense was of the essence. And after a win like this, how important will it be to regroup, regain the energy that was obviously spent throughout these two games on a back-to-back and just recover in time for the Charleston Classic?
Yeah, I think you just got to split up your staff well. And I think some guys like Todd Abernathy did the scout. And while the rest of us were reviewing last game and I was setting up my film for today to fix some of the defensive issues and call some guys out, we could really trust Todd. And Todd did a really good job. And part of our success on defense in the second half especially was because of the work Todd did overnight. So I'm really thankful for him, thankful for the staff. And at the end of the day, whether it's the conference tournament, the tournament next week, you're going to have to play back-to-backs. So if you want to make an NCAA tournament, this is something you got to practice. And to practice an overnight scout while they're that tired after double overtime, I thought was a real growth step for our guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. See you next week.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you, Caleb.